Ramble.
Thanks to Mint Mobile and Caliper CBD for sponsoring this episode.
We're back, baby. Welcome to the TryPod. Today, we're going to be drafting some fantasy lineups. We're going to be sharing some things that you think you knew about us, but guess what? You don't know jack diddly squat. And we're going to and I'm going to try and force my way into talking about Netflix is too hot to handle because, man, oh, man, I've got some thoughts. What up, fellas? How you feeling this morning?
Feeling good. Feeling great. We're feeling good. Here's a big accomplishment. Becky and I have been pushing ourselves to only go shopping once every 2 weeks. And today marks the 2-week mark from the last time that we were at the grocery store. That means tomorrow we're going to the grocery store. We did it, baby.
I'll tell you that the grocery deliveries here in LA, it was insane, but now super easy.
Oh, really?
I was able to get my groceries delivered within 2 hours of ordering it. So,
oh, wow, it's better.
And then you get to, you just throw in a nice tip for the guy who's doing it. Recommend.
Now, we have so many things that we're buying. I don't know. I feel like they'd have so many replaced with this item, which we're going to be like, no. Because we have to get we need some of the basics. We need your flour. We need your eggs.
I will say, at the supermarket, flour is back.
Flour's back, baby.
Flour's back, baby. I was worried I was going to have to start making rye breads or buckwheat
I love rye
flour,
bread, actually.
gluten-free, really back of it. Yeah, rye breads are fine, but I don't know how to make them, so I don't think mine would be very good. Really back of the cabinet type of stuff, but they're back. They're back in stock. Supply chain is happening.
Nice.
I've also been exercising a lot.
Yeah, you have.
I think exercise has replaced drinking as a coping mechanism, which is all around healthier.
Do you guys want to just skip the foreplay and just get right into this fantasy draft?
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Yeah, girl.
Okay.
Let's just freaking do it, guys. I do we mind that I didn't do the introduce everybody by name? Do we want to do that? Do we
Well,
miss
let's hear
it?
from Eugene. How you doing, Eugene?
Not great, but, I'm doing all right.
I mean, to be real, I am definitely not doing great, but I am holding it together, and I am finding things that make me happy.
Eugene, how your dogs doing? Oh, they're good. They're just staring at each other. Pesto's in my arms. His head's turned around staring at Kimbop, who's staring back at him. I don't know if they're about to kiss or kill.
Dude, there's a moment that I need your thoughts on, Eugene, because in our most recent video, there's a shot of Kimbop humping Pesto while Pesto is humping Emma. It is a three-way dog hump, and we had to cover up. Pesto's lipstick is fully out, wagging around. It is beautiful. Ugh. Is that a regular occurrence?
No, it doesn't actually. It happened serendipitously while I was rolling for the video, and I think it's not always sexual. It's just kind of ways dogs express dominance. Mm-hmm. But that's the first time Pesto was the center beam in the Eiffel Tower. So I think he maybe just got really excited because he Pesto's never been spit roasted by two of the dogs. So I think he just got extra excited because Pesto's lipstick rarely comes out, if ever. I've seen it maybe twice since I've had him for many years. So when that happened, I was like, fuck, I want to talk about this, but we were doing the replace each other video. So I just was like, all right, I'll flip this, twist it and reverse it, and make it seem like, all right, this feels like Zach energy, because I think Zach, he was you in that round.
Thank you for thinking that I'm the most spit roastable ever.
Well, it wasn't really a spit roast. I would call it more like a Lego situation, because Emma wasn't pointing back.
That's true. Emma didn't turn around and high five Kimbop.
This is more of a Lego stack.
Yeah.
I could imagine in her mind that's what she wanted to do, but just was physically unable to turn around.
Seeing your pet's lipstick is one of those unforgivable moments. It's kind of a threshold that once you cross, there's no going back. I saw my cat's lipstick once. It's not quite a lipstick for them, but it's weird looking. You don't want to see it.
Unforgivable and unforgettable.
It's so vibrant.
It makes me feel a little ashamed when I see it on dogs. I get a little
yeah,
shy.
You're embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
You're like, shouldn't that dog be wearing pants?
Yeah.
Really, we should feel embarrassed for ourselves that we aren't just letting it hang out all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, my 2-year-old toddler is definitely working on that.
Yeah.
He lets it fly. Today he said, "No pants." And I was like, man, I wish I could do that. Oh, actually, I am. Because we're doing a shoot later where we're doing a funny newscaster bit. I'm wearing shorts.
Well, you're wearing like swimming trunks.
All right, everybody show off your pants on the video.
I'm wearing bright swimming trunks.
I'm wearing black chinos. I've been keeping it loose fit but professional.
Just wearing the same jeans for 3 weeks.
Yeah, you guys do you wear jeans like for a long time without washing them?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
As
That's
long
I
as
don't know
can.
about 3 weeks.
Basically
I do 3
until I
days.
spill food on them.
Yeah, that's me too. Yeah.
As soon as it gets a real purpose, like a purposeful stain, I'm like, okay, that's gotta go.
Gotta do it on the stain, but then also you gotta do it on the swamp ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I mean, I'm a
haven't had
boy
much
with
here in the
a
house.
healthy amount of booty sweat. You know,
Yeah.
with a luscious booty comes a lot of booty sweat.
yeah, I get that.
I love when Zach said, "Let's skip the foreplay." We immediately just went to the dog lips.
Literal foreplay.
Yeah, we went to straight up.
literal ass and balls talk.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Okay,
Show us your
so what's
pants.
the deal with this superhero draft, Zach?
Well, with great booty comes great responsibility. It's as good a segue as we're ever going to get. Trending on Twitter over the past couple of weeks, people have been doing this thing where you have $15 and you have to fill a lineup. I believe it started in the sports world where like the top row would be LeBron, Michael Jordan, other basketball players.
Oh, yeah.
And then you kind of go down and you
Like
have to
fantasy
build.
football.
Exactly. And you're trying to, just with a $15 budget, fill your fantasy lineup. So we have one for concerts that was trending, but last night, their Entertainment Weekly released one on the Avengers lineup. And it was so outrageous to
boy.
people
Oh,
that
boy.
every trending topic was just different people's names. So I would love you guys to build your own lineup, but first I'm going to talk you through the rankings, okay? So remember, you have $15. At the $5 tier,
$15, not that much.
not that much. When it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you could do 3 people from the $5 tier, you know? Okay,
Dang.
so at the top tier for $5, we've got Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, and Hulk.
Right,
What
the-
was Black Widow doing up there?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be $5.
No.
That is questionable.
You know who should be $5 is Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
powerful.
That's
She's
true.
literally
she
a
on the
human
bracket?
rocket.
She's like, she should be like $12.
yeah, she should be 15.
She showed up in Endgame and was like, over.
Yeah, she's game breaking for sure.
I mean, I gotta say, I have a lot of feelings. I just watched every single Marvel movie in story order,
in
so
it.
I'm incredibly familiar with who's the most valuable and who's the least. And I gotta say, Black Widow. I mean, she was important in that we had to kill her to win.
Wow.
Like, right? Without her, we
Yeah.
don't win. So that
Right.
maybe that's the rationale that she has a good heart.
I think any of the like, you know, quote unquote, like standard humans have like just a ceiling.
Yeah.
Maybe Iron Man ups it with technology and Black
Yeah.
Widow ups it with agility and, you know, tenacity. Brains. Yes. Right. But, you know, there's only so much being a straight up capital H human can get you in the Marvel universe.
There's
Yeah.
literally a moment where Captain Marvel flies through a spaceship and explodes it. Like
awesome.
and not like a little spaceship, like
He
a
went
big mastercraft.
Laura Dern on it.
But also, like,
Full space Dern.
in the scene right after that, she can't do the same thing to Thanos. Thanos is able to stop her. So there's like a huge inconsistency within 5 minutes in that film.
Well,
Also,
Thanos
I
the
love that
writers
film.
had to
Yeah.
make her go on a faraway space mission just so that the people on Earth needed time to figure out their problems.
Yeah.
And then
And-
she comes back and saves the day.
and it's because Keith Thanos is thick with 2 C's.
I agree.
Okay.
He's
But,
got
you
a
know-
yeah.
What do you think he quotes at? Like quality, like $7?
How much do you think Thanos benches?
Oh my God, he could bench as much as he wants, especially once he's got the Power Stone.
Yeah,
He's ridiculous.
he's
Does
big.
Thanos work out or is he born with it?
Yeah, it's a good question. Do you think he's lifting weights?
I think he's mostly born with it. But if you look at his offspring, they aren't as swole, so he must be doing something that is intense. But we don't know who the mom are. We know that the one daughter.
Hey, maybe
was
it's
sort
all
of
the
built.
reality stone, Maybe he's actually just scrawny and he just lets you see what he wants you to see.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
That's very funny.
I'm
The
gonna
stones
make
really
a-
complicate everything.
World War II era Captain America.
make
let's
a young Thanos movie that's a coming of age story of a scrawny young man named
Wow.
that looks like me. I'll play
Learning
Thanos
how to
in a
pump
titular
iron.
role.
It's just Captain America origin episode,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Like he
gone
just
evil.
gets
It's been
into
done.
a CAT scan.
All right, so let's get drafting.
Eugene, I can see that you're still visibly disgusted by those tears. Maybe this will make you feel a little bit better.
You fucking say no. You can't. It can't. Don't say
For
Hawkeye.
$4, Hawkeye!
Oh,
Fuck this list. This is done. I don't even want to play this. How is Hawkeye? I can name like 50 characters,
Yeah.
some not even Avengers, that are stronger than Hawkeye.
Yep.
Okay, continue. That makes me so mad.
But he's got family, Eugene.
He's Ned. Ned is the Hawkeye.
Okay, $4. We've got Hawkeye, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther.
That's a good deal for Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, he should be a
Doctor Strange
$5.
He should
Yeah,
be a
Doctor
$5
Strange is really
tier
powerful.
for
Yeah.
sure.
He is
Hell
the
yeah.
only one who can even subdue Thanos
Yeah.
in the final two episodes. He's like able to slightly hold him back. That's unbelievable. No one else can do that. Even Hulk gets so embarrassedly defeat he won't Hulk out for 2 movies.
I think who made this list again?
Entertainment Weekly. And they know pop culture, so
I wonder. It sounds like they're also putting higher rankings for like the celeb power value, and the likability of the superhero. They're not really thinking actual base powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is
I
like who
think
do you want to
actually-
hang out with?
I saw this list 2 weeks ago before it was the Entertainment Weekly like fancier Photoshop version. So I don't know if they are the origin of it, but whoever is the origin of it really fucked up. Because these are incorrect. And maybe Entertainment Weekly is slightly different, but I do remember Black Widow being at the top and being like, nope, that's wrong.
How is Scarlet Witch all the way down in the $2 tier?
Yeah.
She's also one of the only people who
holy
can
crap.
subdue Thanos.
Pound for pound, she could at least put up a fair fight against Black
Scarlet
Widow.
Witch is in $2.
Okay, let's
That's
get
a
into
good
it.
deal. That's easy.
What
Well,
the fuck?
speed through this. $3, you've got Loki, Wasp, Star-Lord, Gamora, and Groot.
Star-Lord?
I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not taking anybody from the $3 tier.
No.
Wasted.
No.
Not a high value.
We're all skipping that.
Yeah.
$2, Rocket, Drax, Nebula, Happy.
Who's happy? Wait.
Happy?
Okay.
Oh my God! Wait, the
This
guy,
is a different list than the one I saw.
the guy who
John
works for Tony Stark.
John Favreau, who is Tony and Spider-Man's little chauffeur. is
Well, I
in
mean,
the
if we're
$2.
counting like writing and directing,
Yeah,
That's true.
He is good.
it doesn't actually say what we're building them to do.
And then $2, Scarlet Witch. That was the
That's
first thing that was trending
That's
yesterday.
obscene.
Wait, they put Captain Marvel on $1.
No, she's
Captain
not on this
Marvel
list.
is not even listed.
That's actually
they put-
better, I think.
Yeah, it makes sense. She breaks the game.
And then I'll round this out, and I would love to hear you guys draft what you want. We've got, for $1, Vision, Quicksilver,
Vision?
Falcon, Bucky.
Vision's on the $1 level?
What?
Vision is literally one of the stones.
Vision is a Infinity Stone. He is one of the most
Literally.
valuable things in the universe.
Look at
Who's
it, but we've got
Quicksilver?
Vision, Quicksilver goes super fast. Falcon, Bucky, and War Machine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that
Right,
$1
right,
tier looking good right about now.
Yeah, I would take
Never knew his name was Quicksilver.
I would take all of the $1 tier. They're just a great base team. You've got one of the fast. You've got basically the Flash. You've got 2 Iron Man demi Iron Mans. You've got a maniac.
Yeah, you kind of get Iron Man at a severe discount.
And you've got the new Captain America at a discount.
Yeah, and Vision, like that's easy. Yes, you take all of them and you work with $10.
I do think that throwing in Happy for $2 is like that's pretty tempting. He's so cheap, and you need a guy on the ground.
That's true. I mean, who's working the phone lines?
Yeah, you need somebody to work.
While everyone's out fighting, you got to need someone to run logistics.
Someone needs to cater lunch.
Soldiers can't shoot if their guns don't arrive on time.
These times are a little bit crazy. I'm sure all of us are a little stressed, having a hard time sleeping. Well, something I've been using to help me out has been Caliper CBD. Because, taking care of yourself should not be so hard. What's great about CBD, if you don't know, it helps you feel better without making drastic changes to your routine. It's super easy to use this. It's awesome. It helps me get to sleep if my mind is a little busy because of the stress going on. Unlike the oils that come in tinctures, very confusing, Caliper CBD powder is completely tasteless and it mixes easily in any food or drink. Pop it in your OJ in the morning. Pop it in your coffee in the morning. You can rediscover your best self with a CBD product that is clinically proven to be superior to the standard CBD oils. How about that? It's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper CBD powder compared to the tinctures.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Caliper CBD comes in affordable 10 and 30 count packs. You can get started for under $20. The individual packets give you the benefits of CBD wherever you go. So do it. Get 20% off of your first order when you use promo code TRYGUYS at trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS. Again, that is trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS for 20% off. And you can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. What could be better than that? Come on now, that's promo code TRYGUYS for 20% off at trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS.
I'm just slowly zooming into Eugene's concerned face. He's so perturbed by this.
This is all wrong.
Yeah, it's very
it's
wrong.
bad.
Who did this? Okay, so what are you guys picking? What are you drafting?
I'm ready. This is easy. All the $1 ones. So Vision, Quicksilver, Falcon, Bucky, and War Machine. That's easy. So I'm working with $10 here.
Yeah,
$5.
I love. I'm gonna take Scarlet Witch because she's also like way too powerful. She's basically an X-Man more than anything, really. And then I'm gonna take Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Man, I love all of these just as characters. Ant-Man makes me laugh so much. Spider-Man he's classic. Black Panther is pretty strong, but do I get his team because he's really amplified by the women in his life? So I'm gonna go with Spider-Man because Spider-Man has an Iron Man suit. Mm-hmm. He's like another discount Iron Man.
I'll tell you, I did an identical lineup, but I knocked out Bucky and I upgraded Spider-Man to Thor because I want a god on my team.
Mm-hmm. Thor was a tough one not to go with, but I thought that I would have too little money if I took really any of the top tier because I wanted Doctor Strange.
Here's my question for that team: Who's the cap? Who's the leader?
Oh, who's my leader?
Yeah.
That's they're not.
Because you picked a lot of hotheads.
I would pick Doctor Strange as the leader.
Keith is the leader.
Yeah, I'm the leader.
Oh, yeah, Keith.
No, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, because now that he's by the end of Doctor Strange, he's aware. He's incredibly aware. He's no longer selfish. Everything he does is the best possible choice for his future because he can see the future and for the world's future. He's probably the best rational leader.
Okay, I assume we all have similar rankings, but what if instead of building a team to fight, we were building a team to party?
Oh, wow. Now that's different.
I like that. Let me get it. Let me get in my fighting team real quick first because I have been thinking about it a lot while y'all have been talking about your teams. I'm going top heavy. I'm going otherworldly powers. I'm going Thor, Hulk,
Oh, wow.
Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
and War Machine.
Wow.
Done. That's all I
Not
need.
Vision.
That's all I need. I thought about Vision, but I need a little mech action. Vision, I think, is well covered by the other skills.
But you could have had 3 Infinity Stones, and now you only have 2 because Asgard keeps 1, Doctor Strange keeps 1, and Vision keeps 1. I mean, that's like over half the power of the universe. Almost like that's amazing.
I mean, you're right, but I don't think Vision canonically knows how to use it.
Yeah, that's true. It just powers him.
Well, Bob, I'll take 7 Scarlet Witches.
Yeah.
That's a great value.
I'll add 1 Bucky because Sebastian Stan is hot.
He's hot. He's hottie.
Can you print multiples?
Yeah, if you can have duplicates, then that's the right choice.
Nah, I agree with generally what Keith and Ned were vibing with.
Yeah, I think that if I was going for it, I would want to cast like my team for the best movie. So I think it's got to be Happy number 1.
Maybe get 2 of them. Just throw another one.
Maybe throw in 2 Happies. Black Panther because fan favorite, awesome, so cool. Ant-Man for comedic relief, and Kate from Lost.
All right. I'd watch that movie. You're right. That's true. You want some struggle, you know? You don't want your characters to just float on by.
It's X-Men Apocalypse if they're all too powerful. The movie's just people shooting CGI at each other. But if you got Happy in there, now we're talking about a hero's journey.
I think we can all put together our party list together. Because I think we have the same plan.
Yeah,
Obviously, Iron Man needs to be there.
Yeah, Iron Man for sure. He's the lead of the party.
Yeah, we're partying at his house.
And I definitely want to personally party with Groot all the way.
Yeah. That's
really,
pretty
I was going to go with Drax.
Rocket. You need Rocket.
Oh, yeah, Drax would fuck shit up.
Yeah.
I want Ant-Man at my party.
I mean,
Ant-Man's good.
But Drax is like hilarious. He's always cracking wise. He loves to still jam out. He loves to eat and party. He seems like a college bro, just as new Thor does.
You know that Loki has Molly. So
No, he has like baking soda, and he tells you that it's a drug.
I think Nebula would be pretty fun because she'd be like the girl who's just discovering how far she can go, and it's just like suddenly like at the end of the night she's wasted and she goes, "We should like fucking steal some cars."
That is exactly what Nebula would do.
Honestly, a lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy, clearly they're the party series, so
they're fun.
I'd party with them.
Yeah,
Anyone who has less like familial obligations.
I'm going to tell you who's not invited to my party, okay? Doctor Strange, that's not a cape, that's a wet blanket. That dude can't fucking hang. He's too... Hulk, I don't want some roided out bro at my party. He loses at Flip Cup, flips the table, punches a hole in my wall. Get out of here, dude. Captain America, we don't have room for morals at this birthday bash.
Yeah, I don't need you to nurse one beer the entire time and judge me and my friends, Cap.
Okay, but Hulk at the end, see here, I've watched all of them. At the end, he's figured out how to perfectly balance Banner and Hulk, and he's kind of a celeb. He gets selfies with kids. He's like a star.
Yeah.
That's a different character, though. That's
I
Professor
guess
Hulk is funny. I do like that. I bet Falcon was in 12 frats.
Oh, yeah.
Falcon was in a frat for
We
sure.
know so little about Falcon.
That's true, and I do want like a winged jetpack to play with.
It's cool.
After you've had a couple beers.
Falcon's just basically a dude who is a part of a secret military operation who goes rogue, because there's other people who have the Falcon wings in theory, because wasn't it a government issued like army like battalion, and he just like shows up and he's like, hey, I was part of this secret mission and I kept the wings, so now I'm
Yeah, I mean, aren't Falcon and Bucky very similar in skill set to Black Widow?
yeah.
You know what we never talked about? Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye himself. He made an app just for himself. And do you guys know he's trying to be a musician now?
He looks like he would be a great like rock star, right? Just the lead vocalist, and he just sings like slow old rock, not old, but like not quite Creed, but I'm thinking stuff that sounds like Creed.
Yeah, like Soundgarden.
He
He
sounds
was-
like
yeah.
a bad ripoff of the band Fun or Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, he's not a good frontman. It's bad music.
Is it just him, or does he have a band?
I mean, he has a backup band, but it's, you're coming for Hawkeye.
That's a good gig for somebody to just be like, oh yeah, I'm actually in Jeremy Renner's backup band. I play bass in Jeremy.
You remember he was in a Bourne movie?
Yeah, he's the new, well, debatably, he's one of the guys in Waterdeep or whatever the thing is that Matt Damon's in.
Well, he was literally in a Bourne movie.
No, I know. He's like in the newborn movie, but as one of the guys in the same program that Matt Damon was.
Yeah.
Miles is trying to drop Bourne lore, and we're not.
Waterdeep is the name of the program? I did not know that.
No, it's not called Waterdeep. It's called something. I don't know.
There's actually a connection between Bourne and Entertainment Weekly. I used to be an Entertainment Weekly fanatic. I don't think the world knows this, and maybe this can bring us to things about us that the world doesn't know. For maybe 9 years, I don't know, I collected every cover of Entertainment Weekly for every week it came out. I would rip the cover off, put it in a little box, and I just had this crazy collection of covers, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I just thought maybe one day I would, plaster wallpaper with it. And what broke my heart, what left me from Entertainment Weekly, is the second Bourne movie. Good movie. They gave it an A+. And I was like, guys, no, no. And it was this weird moment where I grew up and I became dissuaded from the thing that I loved as a kid. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And I haven't gone back since.
The one review just stopped your entire collection of a publication.
It broke me.
There is something I discovered about myself throughout this quarantine, is that I love re-experiencing things from my youth specifically. So it's like nostalgia, yes, but it's nostalgia that's specific to like young Keith. So it's not like necessarily all pop culture, like how this, the video that just came out, I made puppets. Like I used to do a lot of puppet stuff. That's like very me, and like making like miniature golf courses, like very something I would do as a kid. And I found myself looking at unopened Pokemon booster packs for $150 online this last weekend when I was a little tipsy, and I almost pulled the trigger. Whoa. Because I just love, and when I got back into Magic a couple years ago, it was almost more for the opening the packs and going through the cards and seeing if you got a rare, and like just that thrill, the small thrills of childhood. And
always a little random.
I'm just always thinking back to like something I did as a kid and like missing that little element. So maybe I have a lot of past like other people say like, oh, I'm so glad I'm out of high school. I'm so glad I don't have to go to college anymore. I'm like, I fucking loved college. I can't believe it's been so long since I was in it. It was so fun. All my friends were in my house. I could go and it was so fun. You eat pizza anytime you want and your body looks the same. There's so many wonderful things about college. You can walk everywhere. Nobody's further than a mile.
Let's get everyone out of their houses in the prime of their lives, give them food and housing, or at least make that a package deal for you have to buy the food and the housing to get to college. Yeah. And they don't have that much schoolwork to do. No. They can just hang out together.
It just kind of happens when you're in college. Like, I don't remember doing schoolwork, but I did.
I must have.
I
graduated.
Yeah.
I have boxes of my old, books, textbooks, printouts, stuff that I read in school and in college. I only kept for a couple of courses, but I underline as I read. It helps me kind of retain information. And so last Thanksgiving, I flipped through some books, and it was like the information was flying back at me, and I was like, oh, I'm smart again. But it also made me realize how dumb I am now. All of these amazing things that I knew in college have just totally fallen out of my brain.
If you're still using one of the big wireless providers this year, have you asked yourself, what are you paying for? Between expensive retail stores, inflated prices, and hidden fees, you're being taken advantage of because they know you'll pay.
Oh, they know it.
Enter Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile provides the same premium network coverage you're used to, but at a fraction of the cost because everything is online. Mint Mobile saves on retail locations and overhead, then passes those savings directly to you.
How nice! So sweet.
How nice. Exactly. I mean, look, you're going to get your phone online anyways, probably, right? So Mint Mobile makes it easy to cut your wireless bill down to just $15 a month. Every plan comes with unlimited nationwide talk and text, everything you need, and with Mint Mobile, stop paying for unlimited data that you'll never use. You can choose between plans with 3, 8, or 12 gigabytes of 4G LTE data.
And here's the thing, Ned. You get to use your own phone, baby, with Mint Mobile. You get to keep your same phone number. You get to keep all your contacts. You're not going to have that scary thing where suddenly are your contacts all gone. No, it's going to be totally fine. You can switch to Mint Mobile. You can ditch your old wireless bill and start saving today with Mint Mobile.
To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/tryguys. That's mintmobile.com/tryguys. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/tryguys. Yeah, I think something that people might not know about me is just how close I am with my college friends. I mean, I was with this group of 6 buddies, and we roomed together for 3 out of the 4 years. And we actually, since we've graduated, have had a monthly newsletter that we kind of write like a little blurb about our lives and like send it to each other. We have a WhatsApp thread that, is active pretty much every day. Sometimes too active. Sometimes I'll check and it's like 100 messages.
Oh boy.
Where it's just, discussing politics or different, a lot of them are consultants or lawyers and, sort of different New York, DC jobs. But we are all in a fantasy football league together. And I don't often talk about fantasy football because the 1 or 2 tweets I did about it did not get good engagement. So I determined that nobody cared about me liking fantasy football. But we've been in the same fantasy league for a while, and we always talk trash and tinker with the rules, and then there's a lot of active horse trading and smack talking that goes on during the football season. Well, you trade players, but you can also offer horses. It's like you're really like,
I want Captain America, Doctor Strange, a big old horse.
I mean, the negotiations are very off the cuff and all right, well, if you do that, you better give me something, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, they're really close friends of mine, and we've all been groomsmen in each other's weddings. And we all basically live in different cities, so it's kind of sad that we don't really get to spend time in person. But we always, for the fantasy football draft every year, will go to a different location, and there's a extensive bidding process where people submit PowerPoints as to why their city should win the bid, or a city that they want to go to should win the bid.
You have the Olympics, city decision first.
Exactly.
Well, I think this would be a good opportunity for me to issue a clarification on something.
Here we go.
Oh,
love it.
Yes.
TryPod clarification.
Yeah, I think often people don't realize how much of our job with this is constant filming and exposing stories about ourselves. And, if you're digging into the well that is your life, there are a lot of things that are not necessarily the most attractive, or they certainly are things that you're embarrassed by. And I think that the general audience perception of me, sort of, and I'm guilty of this too, is towards a character that's darker or more psychopathic, or we find, for me, it's not super second nature to divulge personal stories all the time, as we are aware. So I try to find the comedic tone on things. And so I think sometimes comedy and dark history don't always come across well. So I've been receiving a lot of messages about the allergy story, in which I mentioned that I had tested my roommate's allergy, the pork allergy. I sincerely apologize for anyone who was upset about it. I think what was omitted in regards to my retelling were facts about the fact that he did eat bacon, and there was a lot of stuff that clearly, it was much safer than I presented it, but I presented it in the way in which I was contributing to the comedy that is Eugene is an awful person. And so I think this is a good way to, it was an interesting way to kind of explore misconceptions I think people have about us, because we're so stuck in having to find ways to extrapolate fun out of everything about us. And I think, I have some darker histories, clearly, but I think that sometimes when it's not necessarily translated in the best way, it's not really reflective of our characters. So that was, I think, a situation in which I apologize for what clearly was just ended up being an anecdote that sounded like I was supporting murder. and I don't. I don't. And
I don't support murder.
I don't support murder at all. It's I think it's one of those things where I want to find ways to contribute life stories without having to try to make things funny, even if they're dark. And that's sort of something that I think on camera we have to resort to being certain characters because we understand that's what the audience likes. Mm-hmm. So I think my main message is I am, I think, way more empathetic and soft than people perceive me as. That's true. So I think, yeah. I mean, in fact, my problem my entire life has actually been I've been too soft. Is I always talk to strangers and I'm always giving just anyone on the street everything. So I think the big thing is that when you end up being best friends in a cast that is also highly public about your private life, there's a fine line between who you really are and also who your comedy dynamic has made you become to the public. And so I just want to say that I want to be more vigilant about the way in which I express stories that have some, like, you know, cynicism or some levels of, I guess, psychopathic nature. But I don't want to shine a light on an idea that is clearly debased or detrimental or evil. And yeah, I think that's kind of what I wanted to express here, because I can't really express that in videos. But on the TryPod, I found that being afraid to tell stories because they are too close to home, but also are not funny, is something I've had a lot of trouble with. And I don't think that in this format it makes sense to do that. So that's why I wanted to issue that clarification.
I think that you're like the empath of the group. You're so sensitive to other people's energy, which I think is not something that people would expect, because of your online persona is like very callous. I mean, even when I did an impression of you, I just kept saying, I don't care. But like you do, you actually probably care the most deeply about things like this. And I think that actually connects to something that probably people wouldn't expect about all of us, is that despite the fact that we try to not be and tell ourselves to ignore it, I think we're all sensitive to comments and public perception. It's especially now where we're releasing so much content, one, to fill our time, but also to try and, give people something to be happy about. And it's hard. And in our videos, we are playing versions of ourselves. We're presenting aspects of ourselves. And so when you see something about you either misinterpreted or not liked or critiqued, you're like, whoa. Your fight or flight jumps in pretty quickly, because it's not a fun thing to see, a million people talking negatively about something. You think that's fair? I have more to say there, but
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, certainly you're playing a heightened character, and also you're like, even here's a great example. I did the Whataburger taste test. And I also started having fun with the fact that people were upset. So I started like fanning the flames, because I'm like, I don't care ultimately if they think I'm wrong. But once it started like getting on the news and like attracting trolls, and also like the news was making it worse, they were like adding words that would incite more anger. So it went from, like Try Guy reviews this to Californian internet celebrity hates Whataburger, like Texas, like beloved chain. It was like just trying
Beverly
to find,
Hills piece of shit.
Yeah, it was like that like it got out of control, where other like things were trying to make it more like, hey, go be mean to this guy. Which, like, you're a news publication. You're like literally taking a moment to incite violence about something that people will care deeply about. Like, I put that video out, and if you watch the video, I say some things are bad, but 75% of the things I say I like. Because any negative things were bad, that's all anyone wants to choose to look at, and they want to be like, they want to find something sometimes to be upset at, and like being upset is the easiest way to start a conversation, right? Like when you're upset, you're not afraid to say anything. Like
Hollywood elite looks down on the food of the people.
Yeah, right. It's just like a probable billionaire hates Texans. Like it's just like they're just like words to make it more intense.
Keith Habersberger filmed inside his luxurious mansion in Bel Air.
I think one thing that's really interesting about what you're saying, Eugene, is how we present different versions of ourselves to further storylines and videos, and often it's based in truth because that makes something honest and good and compelling. But other times we are playing up like the cast dynamic and the friend dynamic that we have. Do you know how you, listener, if you find yourself you're different with one group of friends than another, like I think it's like we play up the differences between ourselves because that makes for interesting videos. Like in some groups of friends, I'm totally like the goofiest one, but Keith is more goofy than me. So by contrast, I should be more like straight-laced. And, I am more straight-laced relative to Keith. Or in like other groups of friends, I'm like wild and crazy like Eugene, or super competitive, or, things like ways in which you might, based off of who you're comparing yourself to.
In other groups, you're the hot one like me. Yeah. So.
Exactly. In other groups, I'm the hot one like that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's something for people to keep in mind. And one thing that's cool that you guys listening to the TryPod get like an inside look at our process and our thoughts, because we're very unfiltered here, is that in videos, we sometimes have to portray differences between us or contrasts when there may not be as big differences as there are. Like, I don't think Eugene hates babies. And I really love my child, but I don't think I would want a career as a nanny, for example.
Ned actually hates children.
That's the big. Yeah.
But I do appreciate balance. So it's just an interesting thing for people to keep in mind, that we play up certain things to make it more interesting.
I've started to notice a trend, and maybe it's just because I am home, so I'm seeing comments more, but there seems to be, over the past couple weeks, this growing vocal minority that's uprising, that is, wants things to go back to the way it was 6 years ago, where they just want us to be, the personalities we were when we started making videos, and
one-dimensional characters.
Yeah, and specifically irritation of some of my wackier stuff that I've had so much fun making as of late, and like I'm having more fun than ever being a goof. But also it's like, we're here and I need to entertain my brain. So I'm trying to get to a place where I say, I'm sorry, comments, but fuck you. I cannot take what you say, because I just need to do what makes me happy.
And I think 6 years ago, like a lot of the sort of like your brand things that you leaned into were like really not things that you want to portray now, Right. I mean, being single, one of them, man-child, that's like, those are all things that are like, that's not really you. That's like a version that was easy to kind of make a funny contrast 6 years ago.
That was me in my mid-20s playing myself in my early 20s.
Exactly. In a very capable, confident way.
On a happier note, I have been really delighted seeing with the vlogs that we've been making. I think we've all, this is the first time in a long time that we are doing everything again. We are filming ourselves. We are coming up with concepts in our bedroom. And it's been very funny to see us retreat into almost our truest selves. Like Keith, who knew, is this craft master. He made a puppet, like all these incredible puppets out of nowhere. He made a mini golf course. It's been like, wow, that's a part of your personality I did not know.
I have to make things. And that comes like, truly, I grew up in the Deep South. where the closest bowling alley was 40 minutes away. The closest movie theater was an hour away. So I couldn't go places to be entertained. My only option was to entertain myself. And my brothers were just old enough that they were too old to want to hang out with me. They were friends with each other, but not me. So like this is what I did as a child to keep myself entertained. And that's also what I spoke about earlier. Like I also played Pokemon, and playing card games and like Magic the Gathering was the first thing I ever did where my brothers and I played together. So like there's some sort of attachment to like trading card games with me, and like when I do them, because it is very nostalgic of like something that was like a first moment of brotherhood when I played these games. So there's something about them that is.
I've been very happy to talk about like Magic the Gathering and trading cards and in like videos, and because it's like something that I do. I probably play like once a week with friends. It's like it's a very fun thing. I have a little box here right on my right on my desktop.
Because put it back up, put it back closer. If you're watching online, it's selecting the guy like he's vlogging.
Oh yeah,
it's omitting in the background. That's so funny.
You shall not pass. Oh yeah, we're also watching Lord of the Rings extended editions.
Nice
these days.
Yeah, quarantine certainly has stripped us down to what truly, if we're going to be creating something, what will we create, and also how do we react to making stuff. And I think the funniest thing is that Eugene makes game shows because he's been making competitions with his dogs for the most part, and honestly, I don't remember if the way it was edited wasn't as good as the first edit, but it made more sense for timing of when you had the dogs find you playing dead in the earlier vlogs. I just loved the dogs find you playing dead and the dogs coming to see if you were dead, Eugene, and how they reacted. And it was such a funny idea that like was such a good curveball to the audience, because like play dead, like okay, now we're gonna have the dogs play dead. You think they're gonna do a trick? No, Eugene's doing the trick and seeing how the dogs react. And it was such a bizarre choice that I was laughing so loud with Becky when we watched the rough cut of that. So funny.
You know, the truth about the reason I film my dog so much for these is you can go to the first video we labeled Try Vlog. I hate vlogging.
Yeah.
I despise it. It's so weird because our job is social media and vlogging, but holding a cell phone and talking to it for some reason makes me feel like I am going insane. I don't know. And that's why I think posting on anything like Instagram has become the biggest chore. Like the idea of posting on there. So the dogs are great because it is an excuse for me not to film myself. But certainly the fun with the dogs, that's natural. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have been experienced this, but every time I like sets, I like productions. And I think the more it just becomes me in my house, I'm slowly going a little more insane.
We have to find ways to creatively buy in, because it's
I think we're all going a little crazy, not doing bigger projects on big sets.
I love your point about Instagram. I saw Nathan Zed tweet about this last night, but he's like, how is anyone posting on Instagram right now? What the fuck are you doing that you have photos to take? Like, who could possibly have the motivation deep down inside to, at this moment, just from your home, to take these like cute little likable photos? I've basically just given up on Instagram. I finally went back into the archives to post some old photos, but that's just a dying platform for me at this point.
I'm just re-gramming people who tag me. That's all my stories are just other people who are they're like, I made a golf course. I'm like, that's so cute. Repost. I'm playing hot lemon. That's so cute. It's like, I love your hot sauce. Hey, me too. Repost. Most of my story feed is other people, and it's been very fun. I also just that truly has been my favorite fan engagement thing right now, is seeing how what we're doing in the vlogs is in any way picked up by our audience to entertain themselves. I feel that right now we are the closest to our fans, and that we are truly all experiencing a slightly different version of the same thing.
Yeah, I hope people do their own puppet shows. And if you're listening and watching us on YouTube, comment something that, people don't know about you. That'd be cool to see. We'll read them.
Well, we got real there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good sometimes. It's nice to keep it one hundo. But if you're sick of Instagram, if you're keeping it real, then you might need some advice. dare I say, advice that will go for miles with your host,
Miles Bonsignore.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your radio station.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready.
Miles Nation.
Miles Nation, go! It's advice that'll go for miles. Advice that'll go for miles.
What's up, Miles Nation? How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo! Ah,
Aussie
Jeremy
today. He's an
Renner. Jeremy Renner.
How y'all doing down in D?
Oh, he's Australian.
Have you ever
Oh, he's a pirate.
wanted to be knocked out?
Oh,
No.
no, I don't think so.
Have you ever wanted to have clean lips?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Are my lips not clean right now?
Candy! Eating snacks makes me feel good. Eat your candy before bed.
That's not
For
good
bed.
advice.
My advice,
This is
my advice to you is to, can I get an amen?
No.
To what?
if it's eating candy before bed, I really don't think it's a good idea.
Depends on the candy.
Wash your teeth at 8 o'clock.
Huh?
Oh, so you don't want to eat after?
Wash your teeth at 8 o'clock.
All right.
You're a stinky little meanie who wants to eat ice cream in bed while you watch your TV. So what you're gonna want to do is wash your teeth at 8 o'clock, so you don't have the temptation of eating that candy, of eating that sweet little lemon drop salty liquid. If you wash your teeth early, if you scrub those gams early, when you get into bed, you're going to be able to go right to sleep without having to get up and wash your teeth.
Oh, yeah. If you brush your teeth, you don't have to get up and brush them.
But I am a naughty little stinker who likes to eat ice cream at 11 o'clock. So I'm always in bed, about to go to bed. And I'm thinking, well, now I got to go all the way to the tub and wash my teeth.
What's the point here? What is the advice? Is it
think the
now
advice
it's
is
about ice
if you
cream?
brush your teeth early, you'll be less tempted to eat ice cream in bed. There's just so much going on here, Miles. Let
Yeah.
me break it down. Sleep hygiene wise, it's not good to eat or watch TV in bed. Okay.
Hey, man.
So do that on the couch.
Yeah.
Also, if you brush your teeth at 8, you're still going to have temptation to eat ice cream after dinner. And that's not a bad thing. It's okay to eat ice cream while you're watching TV at night.
Daddy Ned's serving it up.
If you brush your teeth, then you're still going to have the temptation. Then it's either going to just taste bad because you've also brushed your teeth. And then you're going to have to brush your teeth again.
Yes.
I would recommend
Drag me.
brushing your teeth at the normal time.
Go off now.
Watching TV on the couch, not your bed, and having a little ice cream if you want to.
Go off.
Advice that'll go for Ned.
Play the theme song again.
I don't think this advice will be that helpful for someone that wants to eat less ice cream late at night.
Hashtag Miles is over party.
All right, well, this has been the TryPod. Thanks for listening, guys.
Follow me on Twitch.
What's your goal here? Is it eat less ice cream or have better sleep?
Here's the goal. The goal is to not have to do that stinky trip at about 9 p.m. when you're like, I really am so tired. I just want to lay here for the rest of the evening until the morning. But then you have to get up out of bed. So like, don't
Right.
get into bed before brushing your
yes.
teeth. Yeah, but I have my
Yeah,
TV.
But also,
obviously.
Miles, don't get into bed before you're ready for bed.
but I've got my TV in my room, Ned. So how about that, you stinky little guy?
You don't have a TV in the living room?
We do, but it's small, and I bought this Big Daddy right here. I spent.
Well, you should switch them
You
up,
should
dog.
switch. You should
Here's
switch.
the problem.
No,
Sleep
live
hygiene.
your truth, Miles.
Your
I
bed
sleep with the
mates.
TV on. I'd love it.
I got
Miles, your
roommates.
bed should be for two things: sleeping.
boning.
And ice cream.
Stop it.
And sleeping and ice cream.
Sleeping
My
and
bed's
ice
for
cream.
two things: sleeping and ice cream.
You know, doctors actually say that though. They're like,
I know.
only use your bed for sleep and sex, nothing else.
Yeah, doctors are stupid and I hate them. I watch TV every night and I fall asleep just fine. I wake up in the morning and the TV's turned itself off and it's dope. I don't know how it happens. Happens every night.
Weren't you saying that you didn't like that? You did that like several months ago?
Yeah, it's a stinky habit.
Yeah, you quit that. That was a big thing for you.
It was a
Keith.
big thing for you. You're like, guys, I finally stopped.
I stopped having the laptop on my chest to watch TV
Yeah.
because my laptop once fell off and then it broke. And shame on me.
that's
Shame on me. Now we have a TV in front of a mirror in our room. Now the mirror is useless and the TV's there.
Well, thanks for listening to The Tripod. Make sure to subscribe, rate us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, check us out, youtube.com/tripod or youtube.com/tryguys. Support the show by getting the merch at tryguys.com. We got some new items out there. They're on sale, and every purchase gives 10 meals to those in need. We're doing a charity promotion right now as well. And what else is there? You know, keep living your life.
Keep living that life. I didn't get to talk about Netflix is Too Hot to Handle, but it's a show where hot people are put on an island like a United Nations of dumb people, and they're just told if you don't fuck, you win money. And guess what they do? Well, maybe we'll
fuck.
talk about it next time. Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Brush your teeth, you stinky motherfucker. Thanks for listening to the Tripod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
There's literally a line in that show where someone says, I'm a guy. Sex is like brushing your teeth.